boys and girls. If you're watching this, it is Monday and we have 4 days this week before spring break. So for last week's assignments on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you were solving one-step equations by using inverse operations, whether it was addition and subtraction, 2 of the days, and then multiplication and division on Friday. All right, so we know that inverse operations, they undo each other, right? Subtraction and addition are inverse operations, multiplication and division, also inverse operations. So today we're going to be solving two-step equations, so it's going to take a little bit more work. And the way we do that is we actually work in reverse when it comes to order of operations, right? So that's why my arrow is going upward. So we would do the inverse operation of addition and subtraction before we would do the inverse of multiplication and division, because we're trying to undo whatever it is that's being done to the variable. So our goal for this is to get x on its own. So I want to work in reverse, right? I want to work from what is furthest away from the variable. So if I look, 4 is being added to the variable. So the inverse of adding 4 would be subtracting 4. But whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do the other to keep them balanced. So it means I also need to subtract 4 over here. All right, they cancel each other out, leaving me with just 2x on this side. And over here, -6 minus 4, right? Or -6 plus -4. Right, what's that going to give me? I'm adding 2 integers with the same sign, so I'm going to add them and keep the sign. That would be -10 on this side of the equal sign. All right, but I'm not finished yet. Now I still need to get the 2 on its own. I'm sorry, the x on its own. So I need to undo what is being done. So 2 times x. So what is the inverse of multiplying by 2? Would be dividing by 2. So I'm going to divide by 2 here, right? That cancels it out, leaving x on its own. But whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I also need to divide -10 by 2. All right? 10 divided by -10 divided by 2, right? It's going to give me 5, and because they have different signs, it's going to be -5 left here is equal to x, or x is equal to -5. And you can always check this, right? You could bring this value for x, plug it in to what's up at the top, right? Your original equation, and see what you get. So in this example, is -6 equal to 2 times -5 plus 4. Well, 2 times -5, -10 plus 4. Okay, -10 plus 4, they have different signs, so I subtract them, take the sign of the one that's further from 0, and it does in fact give me -6, so I know it's correct. All right, going to the second problem. Now this one I see, right, it's x divided by 5 plus 20 is equal to 15. So remember, order of operations, I work in reverse. I gotta undo any addition or subtraction first. So if I am going to see that 20 is being added to the x divided by 5, I'm going to do the inverse, which would be subtracting 20. But whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other. So these cancel each other out, leaving me with x divided by 5 on one side. And over here, 15 minus 20. All right, I'm taking away more than I have. So I can rewrite that as 15 plus -20, and then I know my rules of integers. This is going to give me -5. All right, so right now I have x divided by 5 equals -5. All right, I still need to get that x on its own. So right now it's being divided by 5, so I'm going to do the inverse of division, which would be multiplying by 5. So these would cancel each other out, but I need to also multiply this side by 5. All right, that leaves me with x on its own, which is what I wanted, and -5 times 5 is going to give me -25. All right, and again, I can check my work. I can take x is equal to -25 and plug it in up here, right? If I do that on this side, I only have a little bit of room, let's say. So -25 divided by 5 plus 20. All right, this has to equal 15. So negative 25 divided by 5 gives me negative 5 plus 20. Different signs, subtract their absolute values, take the sign of the one further from 0. I get 15. All right, so good luck today with solving two-step equations. You'll be just fine. Before you know it, spring break's gonna be here and you're gonna get a nice break. All right, have a good day.